Hey, this is Jane, and before I start the commentary, I get banned at the end of this match for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. You can clearly see that I'm not hacking, and my end score wasn't superb. It was, it's not even great, but I am in fact doing Magnum Only, just to challenge myself, kind of, and it's something that I don't really use, so yeah, it's a pretty difficult task for me. I don't know, some people might be good at Magnum. I'm definitely not one of them. So I'm just trying it out. I did have about one or two warm-ups with it. So hopefully I get accustomed to it fast, because I do in fact want to own some people. And I'm not entirely sure who the admin is in here, but I would love to take a fat fish to his face. And if there is any things to commentate about, like what error I made, like what I did wrong, I will definitely point that out, so you guys get something in return for watching a kind of slowish video. So in the beginning, there's only like 4 people in the server. It does fill up to 12 soon. So just stay calm. It's going to be more action-filled in a bit. And the stuff that I realized with the Magnum here, some educational values here, is that it has a really high, what do you call it, recoil, and it's spamming it. It's not really like easy as, of course, spamming like an assault rifle. Makes sense, right? Because, okay, that was really bad. The thing about PC is you can click a lot. I think you can click a lot faster than you can press the triggers on like an Xbox or PS3. So like the sound kind of gets like all mushed together, and it sounds like a blur of like one shot, like a one long shot, but you're actually in fact shooting like 5 or 6. I'm not entirely sure how many bullets are in the barrel, but the sound is like weird, and yeah, I noticed that, and I don't know how many I've actually like shot out of the bullet. It's not like I'm gonna stare at the bottom right of my screen, so it's like a pain in the, but so moving on from actual commentating, a while ago, someone hit my car when I was in the mall, and yes, I can drive, so hint hint, I'm not like 12. So someone hit my car, and then just like drove off. And that day, I told my brother to check the opposite side of the car, because if you have a car and you have like respect for your car, you're probably gonna take care of it more so than if you didn't care about your car. You know what I'm saying here. So I told him to check his side of the car, like half his side, and then I'll check half my side. So I checked my side, and it's good, no scratches, no dents or anything. So he says something like, you don't need to check the car. And then we go home, and then he's like, okay, what the something's not in place here. And there was a dent in the front wheel section, which could have been really dangerous if like it messed up the suspension or like something like that, like the handling of the car, because it's at the front wheel, and if you turn it and it doesn't turn or something, it could have been like really bad. So luckily it wasn't that bad for, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was drivable, but it was such an eyesore. And before I continue with the story, I had hacker on, but I did not see that claymore. I should have been more observant. Just before it exploded, I just realized it was there. So, thumbs up for being observant, of course. And right there, I did not see the one on the right there, but luckily I don't go across it. Or I might have seen it and like avoided it, but this poor chap here, going around, just gets a steamy pile of poo in his face. I feel sorry for him in a way, but it kind of saved me, so I'm not sorry. Ha. So moving on with the story here. So we get home, we check there's a dent. We call this insurance company, and then okay, that was bad. Anyways, we call them and we're like, yeah, we'd like to report a hit and run, and we find like this little scrap of paper. It's actually like a ripped up cigarette, like you know, what do you call it, box? Yeah, like a cigarette box, and it says like, oh, someone hit your car, and then the license plate number and like a short description. And apparently, after like going to ICBC and talking to the person there that works there, the person like hit her car, and then apparently the son of the driver, it was a Chinese woman. And you're like, damn, you racist, and you're being stereotypical, but you know, there's a reason there are stereotypes, okay? They're mostly true, so, you know, that woman just being a crap driver and being rude as hell, just like, oh, go check that car, is it damaged? And they're probably like, yeah, it's damaged, let's go. And that's what happened, they just ditched it. Now, you're probably like, oh, you know, that was what I would have done, but yeah, you're gonna get fined at the Ying, and you're probably gonna end up getting caught. And when you do, it's not good. It's not gonna look good on your whatever. I'm pretty sure there's like a record of, oh, this person's a bad driver kind of thing, or you get points taken off or something like that of your driver's license. So after her son getting out of the car, staring at our car, and then going back in the car and leaving, you know, luckily someone saw it and heard it. So, you know, they got caught. They got the license number plate. And so the ICBC, the insurance company, is like, okay, I'm going to call these peeps because they obviously have to pay up for the damage. And, you know, our car's relatively expensive, so they're going to be forking up a little bit more than they bargained for. Yeah, ICBC called them and told them to come in because, you know, there's a witness. You're pretty much effed. You know, if you don't come in, you're just going to get effed some more. It's bad enough you did a hit and run. If you don't, like, own up to it, they'll eventually, like, sue you and you'll get fined, so on and so on. But, like, after, like, a week later, they didn't come in, and I don't know the status of it now. Hopefully, they're going to pay our deductible. Return our deductible. But right now, I have my car. I'm happy about it. Final score of 30 and 11. Thanks for listening to my story, and bye.